Hello everyone and welcome. It's KeeperMC and we continue our survival on the oldest anarchy server in Minecraft, 2b2t.org. And as you know, I have decided to expand the emptiness for the 4 chunks in every direction, and it's gonna of course take me lots of time and effort to make it happen. And at the same time, of course, mining itself generates lots of, let's say, debris, sort of materials, including the stone and, well, in this case, also deep slate and stuff. And obviously, my storage, even if it would be fully filled up with the shulker boxes, would not be able to carry it. I'm not saying that I'm gonna try to save absolutely everything, but of course that monstrosity I'm having on top of that weird building in my base won't last forever and I will eventually run out of space. So I decided that I will need a bigger storage room and I will make it down in here, 1 block above the bedrock, which would be covered in obsidian obviously. And I decided to try something different. I will try to create automatic storage. So as long as the shulker boxes which I'm carrying while mining would be full, I would simply go down in here, drop them all off into the chest, which then would be simply taken by the system, emptied, and then placed back in the other chest, ready to be collected and filled up again. At the same time, the flow of items should be slowly moving towards the right chests and things would get sorted. In the end, I might actually try to put some extra hoppers underneath to fill up the shulker boxes with the items, which I then could simply collect and put into the chests. This is going to be a huge project and I clearly have no idea where to start and how to execute it right. I'm not a big redstone fan, to be honest. But we'll see how it goes. First things first, I went down in here to the bedrock level and started to clean up small area for temporarily storage because I already started to accumulate lots of deep slate, for example. And as long as I will clean up 4 chunks, I will try to calculate how many blocks up I need to mine and clean up to fit the whole structure. It's probably going to be something around 20 blocks, maybe more. So yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. Alright. But let's not forget the obsidian. Ugly, but better. And monsters are all around, so I was supposed to use some slabs so that the baby zombies would not easily go in here. Yeah, it takes too much of a time to be healthy. So, as you can see, I did cleaned up a significant area because I was worried I would not have enough time to let's say, place my sorting machine because as you know, I'm getting lots and lots of resources away from mining, and just from mining these 4 chunks I already got more than I don't know how many double chests, but for example the same deep slate, I think I already have 9 full double chests of it, and does not count all the other, let's say, materials in total. So it's a lot, definitely. And I started to experiment with auto sorting. I haven't managed to build it yet in full, but this small prototype actually sort of works. It's not the end, let's say, version of it because I want it to be, well, bigger and at the same time connected to all the other, let's say, parts of this machine. And not only I wanted to be able to simply sort things, because for now, for example, we might have, let's say, these chests, like shulker box, and for example, I need to sort the cobblestone, the andesite and gravel, let's say. I simply need to put it all inside, and in theory, yeah, slowly it would start to go off. And probably, yeah, the redstone should be blinking as long as the comparator or whatever it's called is deciding that this is a right place to put a cobblestone in. And well, I already have too much, I would say, so my chests are full. And as you can see, slowly it's processing. Yeah, it appears and disappears. And yeah, it's not something easy, and I had the trouble to make it. And as you can see, I already filled lots of shulker boxes with the stone, so I probably will have to expand it significantly to be able to, let's say, accommodate the amount of things. But if you are interested in how to build such a machine, you can simply look it up on YouTube. There are lots of cool guides. I took mine from the Cookie God because I was so impressed by his own build, and well, I followed the instruction how to make the hoppers, how to connect them to all the other things. And in my case, I use some twisted transistors to let's say, limit different types of materials to specific hoppers. I will probably change it significantly so that I have more space for different materials and less for the others. And I'm not sure yet. At this moment, I have two full chunks accommodating the whole machine. And I did it on purpose because I'm still concerned that in case, if for example, I would be somewhere on the outer skirts of emptiness, then some chunks might not be rendered, and then the machine will break. So I decided to try and start with the minimum amount of 4 chunks, which accommodates all the redstone. Yeah, as you can see, it's just on the line, and trying to put as many chests as I only could. It could be that eventually I will make it 2 or even 3 stories high. That's why I mined such a huge amount of deep slate, which I personally hate, as you know already, because it's so tough, even with the haste 2 beacon. But slowly it comes together. I only need to craft, I don't know how many hundreds of hoppers, more some twisted transistors as well to make it all work, and then connect it all together. So let's see. And also I'm thinking that now I am only 2 blocks up away from the bedrock, and I was also thinking that it would be cool to try to add some extra hoppers right under the chests. So in case if, for example, I need a shulker box full of a cobblestone, or if, for example, I simply need to, let's say, make my storage more compact, I could simply place it in this hole and the hopper would automatically fill it. So I will just collect it later and put in the chest. So I will see if I will go with that part of it or not. Because yeah, I don't want to have these holes, let's say, in the floor. But at the same time, why not? Maybe I can put some trapdoors over, I don't know. Which probably won't work because they will block the shulker box from being able to be open. But we will see. In any case, that's not something I have well designed and scheduled. It's just my attempt to improve the storage handling because it's becoming a bit annoying. And at the same time, there is another thing I might actually try to show you. Since I haven't had the time to record much, basically not at all, I kept mining, and not only in the lower layers of emptiness, but actually around the same outskirts. So I decided that since I have a few shulker boxes full with e-chests and obsidian, it would not also be a worst idea to try to empty them. And as you can see, I started to build the obsidian wall. And I think for now I actually made like, well, probably more than a 50 block long wall from the bedrock level up until the level 63, probably, something like that. And well, I used a lot of obsidian already, but it's nothing on the common scale, which probably will require me many, many millions of obsidian blocks. But slowly it all comes together. And what the hell was even that? You were sort of flying, okay? Okay, so the redstone part is done. It's already a mess. I don't like it. I'll probably in the end I will try to sort of improve it and decorate, because yeah, for now it looks like a mess. But well, the most important part of course is if it's gonna work or not. And that's something I will try to achieve. And now I need lots and lots of wood, because I need lots and lots of chests as well. And I only have 48 blocks. And as you can see, slowly I'm also mining out the beer can and transforming it into the coin. So yeah, lots and lots of materials are also coming away from here. It looks interesting, not gonna lie. Hopefully this will be enough. Because yeah, not only I need the chests, well, for double chests, but I also need chests for the hoppers. So that's where the huge amount comes from. Please don't tell me I messed up. Oh no. There has to be some space for hoppers. 4 blocks for these, then 1, and I think I messed up. Yep, the whole thing was supposed to be 1 block further away. Why? It's supposed to be perfect. Okay, let's redo that part. How do you even come up with something like this? Oh god. It took me so much time to build it, because I decided to build it so that the flow goes clockwise, not counterclockwise. And that's why I needed to look at the video and do it like a mirrored way. And well, I hope that I did it correctly. So I guess we can try to test it, probably. And I also do not like the fact that when the cycle is complete and items are not sorted, I need to hold probably another chest. Because the idea is that I'm putting shulkers in the upper part, then they are getting placed and deloaded, so the items go in here and into the flow, and empty shulkers in here. And maybe actually, not to complicate it, I can simply put a double chest so that the items which were not identified would simply go back in this double chest. Maybe it actually would work. So for the test, I have prepared a shulker box with 3 stacks of cobblestone, and then, I don't know, maybe we can also put the redstone inside. And then I put also some redstone in here, some polished something, then some spruce logs, and I wanted to place the cobblestone in here. And as you can see, if the setup is working correctly, items start to decrease in quantities because they're going through the hopper, but by some magical reason they stop at 41. Well, probably something to do with the comparator and like strength of the signal, I don't know. But in any case, as long as they stop at this amount, they are ready to let's say pass items through themselves. So let's see if that crazy thing would work or not. Okay, well, the shulker box was placed. I won't be able to open it, yeah, but hopefully it works. Except I haven't connected. I needed a hopper in here. Well, in any case, we can see it kind of works. So maybe let's just use it that way, so that the items would also go away. And hopefully somewhere in here soon, whoopsie, soon we will be able to see some more redstone, because this was already pre-sorted, let's say. So just remove everything. Oh, we can already see the cobblestone getting sorted. Come on. You can do this. Okay, so it kind of works. I think I messed up some hoppers because I've been doing some modifications on the go. But yeah, basically the reason for this failure was because I've been using the design from I don't know which version of Minecraft, which wasn't adapted to 1.19 and above. So yeah, I was supposed to move the redstone. Oh god. Yeah, that's why I'm destroying hoppers from time to time. Basically, I was supposed to move this redstone block away from here and like replace it with the standard solid block. So I guess there was some signal interference probably because of the redstone block, but now since this modification is in place, it is kind of working. Okay, so slowly it all comes together, and I also added those redstone lamps so that we can actually see items moving around, and I really like this feature, so I just could not allow myself to skip that. I also placed hoppers underneath, so in case if I will need to fill up the shulker boxes with certain type of materials, as I mentioned, I will just need to put the shulker box in there and it will fill up full. However, I encountered 2 problems. First of all, well, I hoped I would be able to leave these tight spaces as sort of hallways, so I can navigate through, going around and stuff. And, well, I didn't want it to leave the redstone, let's say, exposed, as it was originally done. And I tried to use trapdoors instead, and it all looked rather cool, except when the items are traveling around, I think like 4 trapdoors are simply opening because they're like redstone nearby. And I think, yeah, I would be supposed to remove this, unfortunately. And because of that, I think that later on I might actually utilize this space for adding 2 extra chests. Because why not? If we would not be able to cover it properly, then we can just expand the storage this way. Another thing is actually this corner. Yeah, well, basically 4 of them. I also use the different type of trapdoor so that it looks a bit more symmetric, let's say. But if I'm having 2 different materials in this corner, it means that 2 hoppers gonna fill 1 shulker box with the different types of goods, which is not as cool as I thought it would be. So probably I will need to ensure that inside the corners I have one and the same type of blocks. In that way it probably will work better. Or maybe simply remove these hoppers at all, because I think if I would use shulker boxes to store, for example, the cobblestone as I'm doing it here, then it could be that the hoppers would fill themselves with shulker boxes as well. Yep, as you can see, they just started to slide in. So that's another thing why I might actually abandon this idea. So not sure yet, but in any case, slowly it all comes together. I still have a lot to do, but well, I already like it, even though it looks ugly, especially my beacon, which is too loud. So I'm also considering building some like switch so that some blocks would appear and block the stream, because yeah, otherwise it's just getting too loud when 4 beacons are blasting. But slowly it, as I mentioned, it comes together. And yeah, here are those self-opening trapdoors. So much to do.
6 hours later.
Honestly, I think I already spent too much time on this. It is just ridiculous. So I guess nothing works. Why? Have it? Oh, I think I know. Yeah, I messed up. Okay, let's fix this. We will need a block. Yep, I already see it. Because of this change, the design, we were actually supposed to sort of have a floor in here. And as you can see, some items already travel. Yeah, and this was supposed to be, like these 2 blocks were supposed to be connected using the redstone. So that's why it is failing. We are just missing the signal, which is supposed to activate the dispenser. Okay, so clean. Let's try again. All right, let's go. There has to be lots of deep slate. Yep, and some other things travel. Wow, that's amazing. I wonder what is that? Let's see in these chests. Yep, so these are the ores, which are not getting split. And since we have lots of deep slate, I think it's a most of the shulker box. That's actually what is going to take the biggest part of the time, but it seems to be working. Well, let's wait to see if the shulker box is going to be destroyed and placed back in the chest. And if so, I guess I can slowly start moving my storage around in here. And finally make it more organized. And yeah, I mean, you see, items are getting sorted. If I would put like 10 or 15 shulker boxes, it would all be processed after like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, which I could spend, for example, on smelting, on repairing the gear, trading with the villagers and stuff. So that's a good thing. And of course, yeah, I need to slightly improve the design because that's just awful. But yeah, it's been lots of hours at this moment, so I'll just leave it like that. For now, if you have any suggestions, feel free to write them down in the comments. But my idea would be to try to construct something similar to the ocean monuments, just from the quartz, not the prismarine. And if you like what you are seeing, if you like the machine, feel free to like and subscribe. And I would be happy to see you in the next episode. Bye bye, everyone.